believe that you should not have a firearm to protect yourself, but you should pay for them to have firearms to protect them. They don't believe that your children should be educated. They believe that they should be indoctrinated. They're dragging up that hill all types of things. CRT, transgenderism, this idea of murdering people. Who in the world came up with that garbage? And when the times get tough, you had best believe that Americans get told. Just like they did on Little Round Top. They don't lay down, they don't back up, they don't quit. They stand up with everything.
In political news, President Biden has said he intends to run for re-election in 2024.
You trusted him once.
I know he's a little old, but he could still win, right? He beat Trump.
But can he beat DeSantis?
I don't know. I don't know!
Before we burn up all the time on Sweden here, you have an election coming.
Yes, we do, and it is going to be an interesting day on Tuesday and Wednesday next week. I say both days because they're already saying Pennsylvania will not have results in until at least Wednesday, because I guess that's just what we do now, because they're not allowed to start counting absentee ballots until the polls close. And those polls don't close till, I think, 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern time. So by the time that happens, you know, and they start counting those, it's going to be into the next day. It's always that way anyway. But with the way things have gone the last couple of years, they want to push it out into the middle of the night. That way, you know, things can happen in the middle of the night that you have to go to sleep. No, meeting will end in 10 minutes. Oh, we got 10 minutes. Okay. So
what I want your bets here.
Okay.
What states are going to go red according to you?
I'm going to say that Dr. Oz is going to pull it out against John Fetterman.
What state?
That's Pennsylvania. I'm going to say 55 to 45 bet Dr. Oz, 55% chance. Actually, I'm going to say it's 60-40 chance right now that Dr. Oz wins. He had a good showing in the debate the other day. Fetterman has not. Every time they hold off on the debates until after early voting already starts. So that way, and that's what they did all over. The Democrats did that all over the country this time because they knew if they went out there and talked, things weren't going to be very good because they don't have anybody that's like. Say what you will about Obama, but he had that rock star quality, and you could parade him anywhere.
He was a charming man, and no one can take that away.
Exactly. So that was the last one that they had. They haven't had anybody that they're proud of since. They didn't even like Hillary. But so I think Dr. Oz pulls it out against Fetterman. I do not, and that's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So next state.
Let's go to Georgia. Herschel Walker and Ralph Warnock. Warnock won in the special election after the 2020 election in a runoff. I'm going to say that Ralph Warnock will probably pull that one out. In fact, I'm going to.
And he's the red one.
Warnock is the Democrat. Okay. Herschel Walker was a famous college football player from Georgia and very famous American football player.
So you say Georgia go Democrats?
I'm going to say it's going to stay Democrat, and I'm actually going to say Warnock will win 52 to 48%. That's my prediction. 52 to 48 in Georgia for Ralph Warnock, and the only reason I say that is because they are so terrified of Herschel Walker. Because what you have down there is you have two African American candidates. One is the African American candidate that they like because he's Democrat, and the other one they've called an Uncle Tom. They've tried to destroy his life. You know, because he's the African-American candidate who doesn't think like they do. Therefore, we don't actually believe that we actually want that one to win. We want this one to win.
So he's not beholden to the machine.
Exactly. So he is more of an enemy than a white Christian male because he is a African-American who doesn't believe what the Democrats do. And they hate that.
The Republicans have spent years accusing us of having contempt for our countrymen. How are we going to convince normal people that we don't hate them?
Okay, so here's an idea. And please, hear me out, okay?
Sure.
We make their money worthless and cut off their sons' penises.
Does anyone else have any ideas? What if we become less dependent on foreign energy?
Yeah, but okay, so my problem with that is whose penis even gets cut off in that scenario?
No one's penis gets cut off.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me, man.
I don't care.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. What if we take the dollar, right, and just completely destroy it? Make their savings totally worthless. Food's impossible to buy, right? And
Stop.
Hold
Stop
on.
it.
And then,
Stop.
hold on,
Stop it.
we cut
Stop.
off
Stop it.
their sons'
Stop it. Stop.
penises.
What? Why are you doing this? Why? I think we should cut off the penises too.
Thank you.
Stop it. Stop. Don't listen to him. What is your deal? What do you want?
I'm not sure how I can be more clear at this point.
Okay, well, do you have any other suggestions?
Cut off their daughter's breasts.
Just on the swing states, just on the battlefields.
Okay, in Arizona,
Pennsylvania and Georgia is battlefield, right?
yeah, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona. I believe Arizona is actually for governorship. Now they do have a Senate race there as well, but I'm not so much up to date on. I know Mark Warner is the Democrat.
Arizona Carrie Lake?
Carrie Lake is going to beat Katie Hobbs, I believe, for governor of Arizona.
Katie Hobbs's campaign headquarters was broken into earlier this week, and her campaign manager said in a statement she argued that the incident was a direct result of a concerted campaign of lies and intimidation by you and your allies. Do you have a response to that?
That is absolutely absurd. And are you guys buying that? Are you really buying that? This just sounds like a Jussie Smollett part 2. So you're going to drag the American people through something like this? Obviously, you don't want to cover the real story today, which we are 11 points up in the polls, and you want to distract the people with an old story. And I can't believe that she would blame my amazing people or blame me for something like that. I don't even know where her campaign office is. I'm assuming it's in a basement somewhere, because that's where she's been campaigning. And you guys are despicable for falling into that trap. You drag the American people through so many BS stories like the Jussie Smollett.
And it is really hard to interview people that are just trying to get, a clip, a photo op, something to make fun of you with online.
It's been a very cynical but successful strategy so far for her. Jason, Carrie Lake has been called Donald Trump in heels, and she has tweeted praise for another hard-right leader, Italy's Prime Minister-elect, Giorgia Meloni. How concerned are you about the gender-washing aspect to Western fascism, that she gives a smiling, Zoom-filtered, telegenic female face to some horrifically racist, far-right and authoritarian views?
I think it'll be close, and I think it's going to go into a multi-day thing where they might have to even do a recount, because Carrie Hobbs is the one who's actually going to be counting the votes for her own race, and we know how things went in Arizona last time.
Yeah. Okay.
So hot
Georgia,
takes.
Pennsylvania, Arizona. Do you have more battleground states?
Let's see. Those are the big ones. Wisconsin might have ended up being a battleground, but that seems safely Republican at this point. Let's see here. Really, Georgia, Pennsylvania for Senate is your two big ones for Senate. Also, I don't believe Mastriano will pull it out for governor of Pennsylvania, even though I really like that dude. Awesome, great American, veteran, good Christian man, not afraid to say how things should be. But they have really gone after him really bad. And Pennsylvania is a weird state because Pennsylvania is, for the most part, is controlled by Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. So everybody else in the middle is very conservative, but those two cities are just full of Democratic trash, to put it lightly. So they're very big machines that have a lot of control. Yeah, it's like Chicago in Illinois. No one else in the state of Illinois is a Democrat for the most part, except Chicago does it all. So I don't really have any other predictions that stand out.
So we'll
right
get
now.
back to these later.
Yeah. Or if they don't call me for Tuesday or Wednesday, which they might, but if they don't, I will definitely be, with all the on Twitter, on all the websites, keeping up on all the up-to-date results coming in, because I'm a political junkie at heart, and whenever that happens, I have like 3 screens up and I'm all over the place. So, yep.
Yeah. So my question is there any chance that we could squeeze in another talk after the election is done somewhere?
That is, like I said, if they don't call me for, I will let you know whenever I know. They will start calling out for overtime this weekend, and I'll have a better idea.
Well, you talk about the October surprise and all that stuff. What is the machine? What is the regime doing?
The October surprise this time around was targeted against Herschel Walker, and it was that he allegedly paid for an abortion for a woman 15 years ago or something like that, and that was the October surprise, and he denied it because with Roe versus Wade being overturned, thank you Lord for that. They are going hard after anybody that is pro-life, not even more so than they used to. But that was the October surprise, and that's why I think Walker won't pull it out, because that was a pretty damaging story for him. Whether or not it was true is irrelevant to me. What happened 15 years ago and what a guy says now, I know that dirty game in politics.
So how is that a bad thing if you're a Democrat, right?
Exactly. Well, I know. Yeah, you would think. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, they're trying to get Republicans to not come out for him.
A good-hearted person that cares about women.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, it's welcome to American politics. It's a dirty game.
Trash talk someone for something that you like.
But so since our meeting will probably end at any second, it's been good for everybody out there. For a little recap for Freedom Radio, Patriot Act, and to see what's going to happen in the American elections. It is Friday the 4th, and the elections come up on 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, Tuesday the 8th, and it'll be very interesting to see. All the Republicans need is one pickup. They're going to take the House. The Republicans are going to take the House. That's a far gone conclusion. They need one pickup in the Senate, and then they will have both houses of Congress. They have the Supreme Court right now, and then Biden will have nothing but a very poorly run White House with a very, very bad Twitter team. They're really not that good.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want for nothing. He makes me lie down in the green pasture.
And those who cause violence
my head with oil.
Because those voices don't speak for the rest of
including the KKK.
You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet
other
that
hate
purchased
groups.
at the price of chains and slavery.
Read your Bible. Believe in God.
Told the children of
Read
Israel
your
to live in slavery under the Pharaoh.
Hold them dear to your heart.
But Christ have reduced
Place
the cross.
that bayonet of
So the
courage
patriots that conquered
on
bridge
top
have thrown
of
down
that
their guns
rifle
and refused
of
to fire
knowledge.
conquered around the world.
Steel your
The
spine
martyrs of history were not foolish.
and get ready
And our
to
honored
charge
dead
down that
gave
hill.
their lives